Hello guys and welcome back to a brand new episode of Arizona Adventure Park. In the last episode we finished our second part of the zoo, which was the Safari Zone, and in this episode we are going to create our third part, and I'm afraid to say it's also going to be the last part of this zoo. Yeah, we are close to an end in this park, so I might think we are so close that we can almost count down the countdown. Is that how you say it? Yeah, after this episode, there's going to be 6 or 7 more episodes until we finish this zoo. So what I'm going to create in today's episode is the last part, which is going to be the monkey world. So this is the part that I was telling you already in the previous episodes, where I am going to put in all those monkeys that we have in the game, except the Japanese macaque, because I think that would not fit our park here. But we are going to have a big building right here, which I'm going to create in this episode. I'm not going to finish it. I'm doing just a little part of the building, because the building should house the gorilla that we are going to put in today's episode in the habitat, which is going to be quite a big habitat, as you can see right now. We're also going to have the chimpanzee in there, and the bonobo, and also the orangutan. So it's going to be a primate house. Without the siamang, that is, that's also primate, but the siamang is going to be in another part of this area. That's what I'm building today. I'm also building something for the last 3 monkeys that we have in the game. That is going to be the siamang, as I already told you, the capuchin monkey, and also the proboscis monkey. That's all we are going to do in this zoo, and then we are finished. So I'm a little bit sad, and I'm also very excited for what's coming in the future. So what are we going to do next? Yeah, here you can see me trying to come up with some new ideas for the building. I really wanted to integrate these gorilla statues in the building, because I thought that is a cool and great idea and something that we haven't done yet. So I decided to stick them halfway into the wall and let them sneak a little bit out there and give the whole thing an interesting look. And I really like how it looks. And yeah, when we start to copy those things around, like we always do when we build circle-shaped buildings, it almost looks like the gorillas are kissing each other. Not with their cheeks, which they are doing right here, right now, but with their actual mouth. Yeah. I also did build a kind of a gate for this new area. Didn't record that one, but you will see it in the end of the video. I decided I wanted to go with something that looks a little bit like Jurassic Park, so that will be a very much oversized gate to this whole area, and you can't look into the whole area from the outside. You have to walk in to see what awaits you in there. You can only catch a glimpse of the gorilla habitat when you walk along the Lemur Island's indoor habitats. So you can have a look at what is going on right behind those walls. Yeah, as I told you, I'm going to build a house for the primates here. a house which our visitors can also walk in and have a look at the animals from the inside of the house. I'm going to build parts of it in every new episode now, because I didn't want to have just another huge building that we have the whole episode about. So I wanted to focus a little more on building the actual habitat. And for once, the habitat that I'm building in this episode for the gorillas is not one of the small habitats that we had in the future. I wanted to say in the past. Because I'm known for sometimes building habitats that are way too small for the animals, but in this case, the habitat is, I already might say way too big for the gorillas. At least when we go for the size of the groups that for the size of the social groups that Frances says the gorilla wants to have, which I think is a little bit small. I don't have any scientific facts here, but only 6 gorillas in a group with 5 females and 1 male seems a little bit tiny to me. So I think actual gorilla groups in nature are way bigger than that. But you can let me know in the comment section down below if you know any specifics about that. Otherwise, I have to Google that and come up with some of the information in the next episode. Yeah, and here's also a fun fact. Even though I enjoy building this area, primates and monkeys in particular are my least favorite animals in real life. So where other people going into the zoo and are very excited for the monkeys because they are capable of so many things and are so interesting in their movement and what they are doing, and they are so intelligent and what else, I'm not that much interested in monkeys, and I never was. Yeah, that might sound a little bit weird, because my favorite animals, I might have said that in the past, my favorite animals that I'm always looking for in zoos are antelopes. Antelopes, you know what I mean. I'm very much horns and hoof man, and I really love those animals, and I think they are so so interesting and so elegant. So that's my kind of shtick. Yeah, but never mind. Here's something that I'm doing quite a lot in these times when I'm building some things, to look at the size, especially of when I do the fencing part of building habitats. I'm trying to get a group of guests and put them close to what I'm building. That makes it easier for me to build things in the correct size. You could also download from the workshop the Archer that somebody built, and use that, which many other content creators do. I'm always going for the real people and put them close to the things that I build, just to see if it is in the right size. Not that we have a problem like we had with the rhino house in this park, where I built the doors a little bit too small, so that it almost looked like a dollhouse or something like that. But we corrected that. Yeah, as you can already hear, I'm still a little bit yeah, busy with my cold. I thought it was gone, but it seems to be back now, and I just don't know. It's pretty weird. I'm not feeling really sick, but I'm still having some kind of a runny nose and sometimes a little bit of difficulty with breathing. But I didn't have a COVID or something like that. I got tested quite a lot, and it's not that. But yeah, just don't know. It's pretty weird. It's pretty weird, and it is also a little bit annoying because the symptoms lasts for like half an hour or something like that, and afterwards they are completely gone. So I don't know what that is. Yeah, also been back, or not been, I am back from my short vacation. I've been to Austria in the Ötztal in Tyrol, which was very, very great. I've been there all by myself. I love to travel alone because traveling alone is so, yeah, it is so much easier than traveling with somebody else because you can do and not do whatever you want and whenever you want. So if you feel like laying in bed the whole day and doing nothing, you can do that. If you want to go out or yeah, grab some food or do some sightseeing or whatever, you can do whatever you want and how long you want. And if you don't feel like anything, just don't do it. And that's what I enjoy very, very much in traveling alone. So yeah, I had a nice time. Was only a few days. I had great weather in Austria. The food was great. The people were great. So everything was fine. Now I'm back again, and I'm very excited for all the new energy and creative ideas that I have right now to build in my zoos. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not correct for Waveland Park because in Waveland Park I'm quite stuck right at the moment because I don't know how to go on. I know exactly what I want to build, but I don't know how to achieve that or how to come up with the new part in the zoo. Yeah, but I don't want to bore you with talking about Waveland Park when we are in Arizona right now. Yeah, so let's focus on Arizona. Usually, the thought that I had in Arizona, and you might know that when you have watched also all the other videos of this park, which are quite a lot right now, the idea was of building a park with almost every animal in there, except the animals that live in cold areas like Siberian tigers, polar bears, king penguins, and so on. Usually, I wanted to have not only the world of the monkeys. No, Monkey World wasn't even planned in the beginning. I wanted to have the Jungle Cruise, which I was very excited for because I wanted to have a boat ride in the park as well, and I wanted it to be a little bit more tropical with all those tropical animals, which would have included a lot of the monkeys and also yeah, tapir, babirusa, and maybe the Asian elephant, the Indian rhino, okapi, bongo, and stuff like that. Stuff like that, animals like that. Yeah, and I also wanted to have something like the splash zone, where I wanted to have a big futuristic building in the center of it and having all those water animals around it, like the otters, the African penguins, the California sea lions, and so on. Basically, what I am doing right now in Waveland Park. So as soon as I notice that I won't be able to achieve that in here, performance-wise, I decided to to just come up with another park, which is Waveland Park, as I said, to build the stuff that I wanted to have in here. So so it really is, Waveland Park really is part of Arizona Adventure Park, if you wanna say it that way, because it is exactly what I wanted to have here in this park. Yeah, so what I'm doing now right here is I'm going to create just a little bit of the indoor area for the gorillas. As I said, the whole building process is going to be built in episode by episode. So when we are going to do the next primates in the next episode, which I don't know what primates they will be, we are going to continue to build in that house, and even going to extend that house, because as you can already see, even the indoor habitats are quite big in here. So yeah, we have to extend the building in the next episode so that all the animals will fit in here. And I also was thinking about connecting it with another building for the free monkeys that are left after we did all the primates, but I just don't know right now if I'm going to do that, and what it might look like, how I'm going to connect that, and yeah, we'll see in the future. So that's how the whole process is working. When I'm building some stuff, I'm just starting to build and see what might happen. And that's the best thing, because for me it is the best thing, because I think it is always very frustrating if you look something up and want to recreate something, and within the building process you know, or you learn that you don't have the building parts that you need. You can't come up with any ideas what you want to do otherwise, and yeah, so that's very frustrating for me. So the best way for me to build things is just build it, and keep going and see how it will look like in the end. Yeah, here I was going to look at the Zoopedia to find out, as I saw that the habitat was quite big, how many animals I could have in there. So I was looking for the gorillas, which are about 6 specimen in one habitat, 5 females and 1 male, as I said before. The orangutan is exactly the same, which I also think is quite small for a family group of orangutans, and I think they are much bigger in the wild. The chimpanzee was quite a big group, with 15 animals, which I still think could be a little bit more in the wild. And the bonobo was a little bit smaller with 10 specimen. So yeah, in the end I decided no, I usually wanted to go with the gorilla, so I'm going with the gorilla until the end. So this is going to be a nice and huge habitat for the gorillas, and even though they may be too many in there, I don't care, because I did select that animal needs are another problem in our sandbox park here. Yeah, here I was building some custom climbing frames with those climbing sticks. Do you say it like that? Never done that before. Often seen it by the lady designer that always builds, or very often builds, climbing frames with those pieces, and I just thought I'll try that myself as well. And yeah, I'm really happy how it looks like. And I also wanted it to be natural, the habitat, but also not too natural. That's why I put in those fake trees, because I think they look very, very cool. And we wouldn't be able in this dry environment to have that much tropic plants in there, so I thought it would look very nice when we have those fake trees in there. And also it is very, yeah, it's very handy for habitat for primates, or for any animal, when you put in some of these fake trees, because the animals can't can't damage the real trees. Yeah, but I'm also going to combine the those fake ones with real plants in there as well. But I'm not going to have that much plants in here, because I wanted our visitors to be able to see the gorillas, and I don't want it to have it overgrown like the natural environment where the gorillas usually live in. So that's why I also decided to put in lots of these fake rocks. Yeah, I wanted it to be a little bit rainforesty or something like that, and I thought that therefore these fake rocks are very, very suitable. And I really like how the whole thing looks in the end. Yeah, here you can see a lot of the fake rocks, fake trees, and now it's time for some real greenery in the habitat. I wanted to have some huge trees in here, or some very tall trees, because, as I said, the habitat is quite big in here, and so these big trees look very cool in there, and they also give nice shade to the whole habitat and make it look very interesting. Yeah, I just mixed some of those trees and also some of the bushes and shrubbery to make it look a little bit overgrown, but not too much, so that it looks nice and green and natural. But yeah, as I said, not too much of a jungle feeling inside the habitat, just around it a little bit with all the palm trees and plants that I put in there, but not too much in the habitat, so that you can see the animals. And I also wanted to have something a little bit overgrown with the bamboo that I placed in here to yeah, to make it possible that the animals can hide a little bit behind that, and also to make it look a little bit more realistic. So here we had quite a jump. You can see the gate here in the background that I built for the monkey world, with exit on the top of it. On the other side, there is there is written monkey world, of course. but you will see it in the end of the video. And here in the background you can see where we are right now. That's the indoor habitats from our lemurs that we built in the, not in the very first episode, but in the second episode. The second episode was Lemur Islands that we built in here, which was a one-of-a-kind episode because we built 3 habitats in one episode. That is something that I normally don't do ever, because it's always one habitat per episode. Yeah, but in this case, in the first habitat that we built was the whole complex of the monkey, of the Lemur Islands. Yeah, here I was also trying to color in the water, and I decided to go for the Everglades color because I wanted it to, I wanted it not to look that clean. Here I was just checking out if our gorillas can leave the building, which is often a problem in these zoo builds that I have. Yeah, that I had many times in the past, where the gates for the animals were a little bit too small. Yeah, so there it was, the gate to Monkey World, but you will see it in a second again. We are just having a look at our gorillas right now and enjoying them a little bit. I'm not quite sure if Frontier did in the last update something with the climbing animations for the gorillas as well. They changed a lot. They changed the size of the Bactrian camel. They changed some of the climbing animations for the capuchin monkeys. I don't know if they changed anything about the other monkeys as well. But I have a feeling that they did, because that climbing that we saw right now looked way more natural than it did in the past. Yeah, but we are at the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like the last part of our zoo, which is going to be the Monkey World. If you did so, just leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss the next episodes. And yeah, thanks for watching. My cat is coming right now, so have a great time and see you next time. Bye guys.